Let's be honest, in a world that is just overflowing with information, our ability to truly focus feels like it's a disappearing skill. So today, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna dive deep into why you can't seem to focus anymore and what's really going on with our attention. I mean, really think about it for a second. You sit down, right? You're all set to tackle one important thing. And then what feels like just a few minutes later, you kind of snap out of it and you're lost. You're in a sea of browser tabs. You're scrolling your phone with no idea how you even got there. It's a super frustrating feeling, isn't it? But here's the most important thing I want you to hear right now. This is not some kind of personal failure. It doesn't mean you lack willpower. This is a shared experience, a direct symptom of the wild digital world we've all built and now have to navigate every single day. Okay, so let's start by looking at the forces that are working outside of our own minds. Because make no mistake, there is a very real, very sophisticated battle being waged for your attention every single second of every day. This whole system, it actually has a name. It's called the attention economy. And in this economy, your focus isn't just something you have, it's the actual product being bought and sold. The apps and platforms we use every day, they are literally engineered to be masters at capturing your focus and holding on to it.
So how do they do it? Well, they've got a whole arsenal of tools. You know the drill. Those endless notifications are designed specifically to pull you back in. The infinite scroll makes sure there's never a natural place to stop. Autoplay videos take away your choice to even stop watching. It's a relentless, brilliantly designed system of constant interruption.
And this is the result of all that. We're constantly being pulled away from what you might call deep work. That's that focused state where we do our best thinking, where we create real value. And we get dragged into this endless cycle of shallow work. That's stuff like constantly checking and sorting emails. It's the kind of work that makes us feel busy, but we're not actually moving the needle on anything important. Okay, so that's the external battle, but that's only half the story. To really get it, we also need to look at the internal battle, how this environment is basically hacking the very way our brains are wired to work. See, our brains evolved for survival, not for staring at spreadsheets. We have this powerful built-in instinct called the novelty bias. All this means is that our brain is hardwired to pay immediate attention to anything new or unexpected. It's an old survival mechanism that once helped us spot a predator in the bushes, but now it just helps us spot email notifications. And this creates this incredibly powerful feedback loop. You try to focus, but then, ping, an alert comes in. Your novelty bias instantly kicks into gear. Your brain gets a tiny little reward, a little hit of dopamine, just for checking it. And boom, just like that, your concentration is totally shattered. We're literally training our own brains to crave distraction. The result of living in this loop is a state that researchers have a name for: continuous partial attention. It means we're never fully focused on any one thing. Instead, our mental energy is spread thinly across a dozen different things, and we're never giving anything our full, deep concentration. Now you might think, okay, a quick interruption, what's the big deal? But the data tells a very, very different story. The true cost of this constant distraction is actually staggering, and it goes way beyond just a few lost minutes here and there. 23 minutes and 15 seconds. I want you to just let that sink in for a moment. According to research from the University of California, Irvine, that's the average time it takes to get back into a state of deep focus after just one single interruption. Now think about how many times you're interrupted in just 1 hour. And the damage is, well, it's widespread. Our productivity just plummets because we start making more mistakes. Our creativity suffers because real innovation requires uninterrupted thought. And our well-being takes a massive hit, leading to that constant low-grade feeling of stress and just being totally overwhelmed. And if you're a visual person, just look at this chart. The drop-off in performance is absolutely shocking. Even what we think of as minor interruptions can slash your effectiveness by almost half. And with frequent interruptions, which, let's face it, is the daily reality for most of us, we're operating at less than half of our actual cognitive capacity. So this all sounds pretty bleak, I know, but what if we started to think about it in a totally different way? What if in this ridiculously distracted world, the ability to actually focus is becoming a genuine superpower? And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head. In an economy that runs on knowledge and creativity, the person who can consistently shut out all the noise and just think deeply is the one who's going to have a massive competitive edge. So, this brings us to the most crucial point, a huge mindset shift. Stop thinking of your attention as something that's stolen from you. Start seeing it as your most valuable asset, something you actually have control over, something you choose to give to the things that truly matter to you. And that leaves us with one final, really important question to think about. In an environment that is constantly trying to tell you where your mind should go, is deliberately choosing what you pay attention to maybe the most fundamental act of personal freedom we have left?